Mercer campus.
Good morning, Unity. How are you this morning? We welcome you back for yet another edition of our Unity Artist Spotlight. And this week, our featured artists are the two sopranos, Becca Barrett and Radiance Wise. Put your hands together for los two sopranos.
Wow, give yourselves a great big hand today, yes? Oh my gosh. And just so you know, I've met a number of you that are here for the first time today. So are we. You know, last night was a brand new night, now a brand new day. Anyway, stick to subject. Okay. Anyway, all that said, we are not the sleepy people here at this place. We make a mighty noise unto the Lord, yes? And so, wow, it feels so good to be here today. You all look so brand new. What have you done? Oh, some of you took your mask off. Now I know who you are. Let's affirm universally, and I'm talking metaphorically and metaphysically. Let's see the world being unmasked now. I'm not talking about a physical mask, but let's see a new world emerging of unmasked individuals that show really who they are on this planet during this time. Are you with me? Great. Well, let's all stand. For those of you that are here and those of you that are online, stand with us as we align in synergy with the great invocation. We are now in the presence of pure being and immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. We acknowledge thy presence and thy power, O blessed Spirit. In thy divine wisdom, now erase our mortal limitations, and from thy pure substance of love, bring into manifestation our world according to thy perfect law. We are now in the presence of pure being. I would urge you to actually refer to the great invocation and journal on it and make the words have a deeper meaning to you. There's a reason that we do it, and there's a reason that we align with it, because it's one of the most sacred writings of one of our co-founders, Charles Fillmore. But I love that idea of we are in the presence of pure being. I urge you today to be in the presence of pure being. To whatever you were talking about in your car, that you leave it there. Yes? To whatever you thought was so important last night, to leave it there. For those of you that are online, whatever has been on your heart, leave it there in the presence of pure being. Because when you go to grab something again, you may have changed in your own evolution enough that you won't feel you need it anymore. Are you with me? Or you appreciate it so much that you can't leave home without it. Yes? And so it could be whatever it looks like for you. It works great, as couples when you're having a little kind of going at each other, and you say, I'm going to go in my room and go into the presence of pure being. Let me tell you. All right, I can tell that I got to work on that one. Okay, back to script here. When you visit us on firstunity.org, when we are live with any event, it will be right on the homepage Sundays. And also you can experience our calendar, find out what we have going on, because we are open here and we have many activities, and you can also look at our shopping cart as well. I tell you, Reverend Kimberly and Carolyn Labanowski and our whole core team has worked so diligently this year. While other people were at home watching TV series, we have been over here redoing our website and all different kind of things. I want to honor them today, putting that work forward. We now have a phone app that you can have on Google Play and the Apple App Store. And if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, share with your family and friends and start a watch party. For those of you that are here for your first time today, we say, welcome home. Welcome home. Please raise your hand, and an usher will bring you a mala bracelet made by Kimberly's team. A mala bracelet. It's gender friendly. Please raise your hands and keep them up until the ushers can find you. First Unity Spiritual Campus holds you in love, and they're also giving you a welcome card to fill out either new information or updated information. And during the week, when you have your mala bracelet on, because we're convinced that you will, we love those things, think of us. And know that you also made an impact in our lives. We still have a few more with their hands up, and let's make sure that they get a mala bead as well. And we're delighted that you are here. And if you are online, please go to firstunity.org/free gift, and you get a gift too. So that's the way that works. I would like us all to affirm together for the individuals that are here today. I believe we have a slide for that. Yes? Let's all state this together. We honor you for your presence today. May this be your first step towards being home. May you find an awareness of healing, an opening your heart, moving from a me to a we world, and become fully engaged in your life. We see you. Yes. We also, while all was away, we further developed the Illy Institute, where we have online education, spiritual courses, spiritual classes for the evolution of leadership. And so we are grateful to Illy.
Hello, my name is Ryan, and I'm a student of Illy, the Institute for Leadership and Lifelong Learning International. Illy comes into my life, and I believe it'll come into yours as a great blessing and divine timing, as Illy came into my life when I wanted to put my whole self in, to truly step up to that small voice within that is getting louder for me to step up as a leader in today's world. Whether you're looking for spiritual leadership or even ordination, Illy is unlike any institute out there. It is self-paced, it's affordable, and it offers classes on empowerment, well-being, spirituality, public speaking, courses on stopping yourself, and new thought, spiritual heritage, and much, much more. You are going to be able to have all the tools you need to be able to assist in your conscious expansion and your leadership skills expanding like never before. Check out Illy at illy.org and awaken to your soul's mission.
Hi, my name is Radiance. I've been with Unity for a few years now, and I've been singing with the Voices for about 2 years. And the song I'm about to sing is called Make Room, and it's made famous by Jonathan McReynolds. I hope you enjoy it.
So I will make room for you. I will. I'll prepare for two, so you don't feel that you can't live here. Please live in me. You see, I find space for what I treasure. I make time for what I want. I choose my priorities, and Spirit, you're my number one. Yes, Spirit, you're my number one. So I'll make room for you. I'll prepare for two, so you don't feel that you can't live here. Please live in me. I'll make room for you. I'll prepare for two, so you don't feel that you can't live here. Please live.
my name is Donna. I'm a chaplain here at First Unity Spiritual Campus. I also volunteer here. It's a great community. We have a wonderful restaurant here called Spice Routes. We have wings, a bookstore. The thing I love most about this church is the energy, and I love the community. It's so wonderful to walk in a place and everybody knows you and you know them and stuff, and we're really close, I think, and that's what I love the most about it. I also love Reverend Temple's sermons and stuff, and I also love the classes, and soon we will be having live classes here again, which is so great for me. And you can come out and enjoy them and partake in them. And you get more sense of community when you do that. So overall, I just love this place. I love Reverend Temple and I love the people in it. So come and check it out for yourself.
Thank you, Donna Kirby. You are a center of divine operation. You are a center of divine operation. Say that with me. I am a center of divine operation. Are you hearing me out there in the house? Are you hearing me at your house, wherever you are? I am a center of divine operation. Since we know there is only one thing, one power, one beauty, one presence, one love, we are made of it. It lives and moves and has its being as us. Therefore, I am a center of divine operation. And some days I remember that really well, and some days I don't remember it as well. Do you ever have your operations not going as smoothly as you'd like them to? Yes. We just are about to embark on a cross-country trip in an RV, and if anyone knows my wife Jane and I, this is a surprise to many people. My friend of 43 years has said, "Christy, camping, what?" So what we just learned about this whole RV thing is that there's all these systems that you need to actually make sure are in order to get down the road and to travel, right? So we've learned about oil in the generator, we've learned about filters on the air conditioner, and you know what else? Pressure in the tires. They actually need to be filled up, okay? So we got this thing called the tire minder. It gives you a little beep when your tires are not full enough. And there's this little thing going off, this beep, 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 beep. And we said, oh, wow, tire pressure's like 60-something. What's it supposed to be? Guess we better look at the manual. So we look at the manual, we find out that the tire pressure is supposed to be 80 in the front and 75 in the back, and this little thing is warning us that it's not. So we have to get that taken care of. And we get everything taken care of, and we calibrate everything all good, except for one tire. It's not taking any air. There's a problem with the valve. There's something blocking it. So we have to solve that problem. But this whole set of lessons that we've received is this idea that in order for that to operate in a way that's going to carry us forward on our journey across the country the way we want to, we actually need to make sure that it is tuned up and filled up, right? And aligned, just like you and I, right? What are your practices? What are your ways of making sure that this center of divine operations is actually ready for this journey of your life? If you were here on Wednesday or listened on Wednesday, we had our wonderful new minister speaking. It was so great to hear Carolyn and Serena. And I remember specifically also some of the words from Mickey Sheridan, Reverend Mickey Sheridan. And she said, you know, I am a healer. I am a light healer. I am a light being. She spoke her words. She was really clear about being a center of divine operation. And Reverend Sandra Klitt said something very specific. She said, you know, as she was healing through something, someone said to her, you know, you're not going to be able to do this thing. Your body is not going to be able to do it. And what did Reverend Sandra say? She said, how do you know? I don't even know until I try, right? So she's like, I am a center of divine operation. I know what I know. And my word is my power, as is your word, your power, and your preparation. So each of us need to make sure that we are tuned up and filled up and aligned for this journey of life every day. I talk about spiritual practices, and it's not us doing meditation and prayer and reading or studying all those things. Those are just the things like filling up the tank and doing all those things. The practice is when you're on the road of life and you're out there doing it, being love. And all of that preparation helps you to move down the road aligned, filled up, tuned up, and able to shine. May that be your way.
Hi, my name is Becca Barnett. I have called First Unity my spiritual home for about 2.5 years, and I started singing with them almost 2 years ago to the day. And the first song I actually led was I Am Not Alone by Carrie Job, which I will actually be sharing today.
Deep water, I know that you will be You are not alone. You are not alone. So now, if you will all just get comfortable wherever you are. In the seat you find yourself. Maybe you're lying out on the beach. Wherever you are, get comfortable. Take a deep breath in. And just imagine. God is good. Imagine a world where we all know that. God is omnipresent. God is our source and creator of all things. God is the one presence and the one power active in the universe and active in my life. Breathe in and know people are good. We are unique and individual creations of God. The Spirit of God, our Christ consciousness, lives within me, lives within you, right there in that still small space. Our thoughts create our experiences. We are co-creators with God. We create our experiences, and there are endless opportunities, endless possibilities to be amazing each and every day. And prayer is our connection. Through meditation and prayer, we connect with God and bring and allow the good as God expresses as us. Then all that's left to do is imagine a world where we all live that. We must, you and me, live the truth that we know deep in that still small space. That person you know yourself to be, allow that person to shine, radiate forth in the world, right here and right now. And so it is.
come on back out, please? I was, this is not my talk, so it's not in that. I still have more time, so okay. I was at another Unity this morning. I had the humility and sacred privilege to speak at Unity Temple of Truth. And a woman seated beside me kind of acknowledged what I've been thinking in my heart. And she said, there's not enough gratitude for all the Unity churches and the synagogues and the other churches for when we didn't know what this was called COVID and everybody else was at home with weeks in advance of groceries and everything else. We came here to make sure that we delivered a message. And to me, that means something. It really does. And I want to honor our team because they came in every week and made sure that when you were ready to come back, you had something to come back to. Let's get real here. Bring everybody back. We didn't do it for ourselves. We did it for you. Welcome home.
Nobody can say no. When Spirit say yes, nobody can say no. When Spirit say yes, nobody can say no. When Spirit say yes, nobody can say no.
And so the mom is in the kitchen and she spills something. And she tells her little boy to go out on the porch and to get a broom. He says, Mommy, it's too dark out there, I'm afraid. I'm too scared. Mommy, I'm too afraid. And she said, well, God's out there. So he opens the door and he says, God, if you're out there, will you bring me the broom? I find that in my own evolution. I find that in my own experience from time to time when I am in this space of I am asking God to do something. And I go back to this older paradigm of a God that I was taught when I was a little girl. I don't know if you ever do that, but I go back to this older paradigm of a God that says I need to beg or plead or make amends or bargain or whatever that is and say, would you please do something for me that today I seemingly and unwilling to do for myself? Do you resonate with that? Because there is no power in the world creatively that can do for us what we're unwilling to do for ourselves. It is we that must allow the great resurrection to occur. And I have news for you. The resurrection is not just in April or sometimes later or maybe in March. It's every week of your life that you resurrect from an old identity of yourself and you make yourself new and whole, living in the presence of pure being. There is only that one presence and power, but it expresses itself in this world, in this community, on this planet by means of each and every one of us individuating our own understanding of what that looks like, you see. It is we who are here to discover what Jesus said all along, that once you understand that it is Spirit through you, you got it because you allow it. I know I've said this before, so please don't remind me that I did. I know I did. I may have even said it 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't remember. I'm just channeling today. I was famous one time in my life, very famous. So when people say I'm trying to be famous, that always tickles me because I'm like, I've been there. It's way overrated, by the way. Every trooper in the state of South Carolina knew me. All the jails knew my first and last name in the years that I drank. Never really got it down. You understand that? I mean, I tried, but I never was able to figure that out. But it was through the sponge of unity. It was through the teaching of the basics that said, God is all there is, and therefore you are all of God. Now, I had a thick sponge. I don't know about you. I had a thick sponge, so I had to hear that message for many, many years before it started to sink in. Are you with me? But I had to hear that. I had to hear that message over and over and over again. But when we had to show up at the courthouse, and my parents were there, and some of my family, and the trooper told the judge that he had found me and my car on a road that wasn't a road. And that when he asked me who I was, I said, I don't know who I am. I was on a road that wasn't a road. And when he asked me my name, I said, I don't know who I am. I will never forget that. And I'm asking you to search that today in your own heart. Because if you are not on a road that is your road, then you are not being who you are. If you are not on the road that is your road, of what you believe, of what you know to be true, then your I am is not fully activated in the spirit that lives and moves and has its being within you. And it's so important to integrate this in your life. It's so important to understand this. I was speaking at Unity of Santa Barbara, and a guy said, you reminded me I'm not on my road. I've been having heart issues. But the reason I feel I've been having heart issues is because I was copying what happened to my dad. And I had it figured out that at 72, this happened to my dad. He said, so I've been going to the doctor trying to prevent it from happening to me, and it's not even my road. When you are on a road that is not your road, the I am cannot fully be actualized in your life. And what does that look like to you and in the experience of who you are? I love the 4 stages that we call connecting with God. One is to me, the other is for me, the other is in me, and the other is as me. I was taught what God does to me. If I'm good, if I'm bad, if I remember to say my prayer at night, if I didn't do anything odd, that was odd for a Southern Baptist, which meant everything I was doing was really wrong. And so I was taught that God does things to me because of that. And we train children very well, that very thing, because if you don't do certain things, if you don't ask correctly, if you don't do things well, then Santa Claus is not coming, because Santa's going to do it to you too. You're either going to get good presents or you're not going to get any. So we train these authority figures, yes we do, to our children, the tooth fairy. I mean, we have got to grow up and teach karma and consequences to children and just teach consequences. You can have this or you can have that. Which one do you pick? Or you might be able to have all 3 I won't go on that subject anyway. I could get in trouble going over there. Anyhow, God and to me. And we must get rid of that God is doing something to us. To us. I feel that in this culture and in this world right now, that even people who knew better went back to that old paradigm. Why is this happening to us? Why is this COVID happening to us? It's a conspiracy. No, it's real. No, it's happening. No, it's how. Why is this on the collective happening to us? And as it says in Scripture, to those who are given much, much is held. They are held accountable for that. So if you are a spiritual being immersed in spiritual law, if you are on the right road, if you are listening to your I am, and you went into temporary anesthesia and started thinking that God has done this to us as a culture, then what it meant is you started attracting other things in your life that started happening to you as well. Can I get an amen on that? Things didn't work out that you thought would work out. The neighbors are now against you. People at church are talking about you. Whatever. You understand? Because you pulled in that energy that something's happening to me. And that is not the space that we live in. Our consciousness of unity, when we are back at the basics, is that God is the only power that it is. It expresses through me. And I pray and meditate and I align with that core being and live my life accordingly. Yes? It's likened to the man that he's leaving for work. He has a flat tire. Didn't check his pressure, obviously. But he's going to work, has a flat tire, gets to the office. They said, "You're late yet again, and we're letting you go." And so then he drives home, and his house is on fire. And so he just is standing there. Somebody had taken him home because I remembered he had flat tires. Okay, so somebody's thinking that, so stop, okay? I'm psychic, I hear you. Just stop it, okay? So anyway, so he had Uber take him home. And the house is, it's burning down. And so, he goes, he gets out of the car and he goes, "God, just what is it? What is your problem?" And the clouds parted, and God said, "I don't know, Joe, there's just something about you that I've never liked." So we move from a to-me phase, yes, to a for-me phase. God is for me. Say that. God is for me. What happens in my life is for me. What occurs in my experience is to draw me out. I am open. God is for me. Life is for me. The Creator is for me. My friends are for me. The experience is for me. And those are the windows and the eyes in which you see your life. I had the calling at 5. And when I was 13 and a half, my cousin, who also had the minister calling, he announced it to his church, going down the road to celebrate, to get a pizza with his buddies. Someone ran a traffic light, killed him right there on the spot. I said, "God, why did you do this to me? Why did you do this to us? Why did you do that to him?" For many years I carried that. I was afraid to become 17. Because, when you're a teenager, everything's about you. Hopefully all of you have outgrown that now, but when you're a teenager, everything's about you. And then later on in ministry, as I was studying the ministry, because I didn't let it stop me. But for the longest time, I wanted to drink, I wanted to smoke, because I didn't want to be good, because good people die young. They even had songs about it, right? I didn't want to die. So I kept messing up, and I kept doing things and sabotaging my life because I didn't want to die, until I realized I was dying on another level. I was dying not being me. I was dying being on the wrong road, and I didn't know who I was, you see. So I might as well live and do what the road says I'm supposed to be doing. And my love minister in Birmingham, Alabama, she died when she was young. And I've carried them with me my whole path of my life in ministry. I've carried them with me. And this morning, I was over at this other community, and they started playing, "There's a sweet, sweet spirit in this place." And I know that it's the Spirit of the Lord. And I just had a resurrection. Because I heard Bruce and Beverly. I heard their voices. I heard them tell me, "Change your mind, sweetheart. You have been carrying the torch for us. Change your mind." God is for you. God is for us. God is for life. And as you're moving forward in your universal field, you will always receive the gifts if your heart is open, yes? If your heart is ready, it is there for you and for the taking. But it's learning to change those stories that you carry in your heart. It's learning to change those stories. It's time to wake up. It's time to live full out again. It's time to show people in this teaching that you are more because of what you've gone through, not less. That you are brave, not weakened. And that you have this experience that we call life. And in the basics, we say that there is spiritual law, but there is also spiritual love. And those are the two strongest components. You can go to class till the cows come home about changing your thinking, but if you don't have an open heart, you're only going to have the head adjustment. It's about open your heart. And that's really, to me, what Jesus taught me, is open your heart. Open your heart. Don't be shielded. Don't sit around with your critiquing sheet. I can see them a mile away. People with their critique sheet. Well, I don't like that. I don't like that. Did you? Well, you didn't like that. Did you enjoy it? I don't know. Was that good theater? I don't know. What do you think those people want with us anyway? I'm not sure. Right. They're being real nice to me these days. I think they want something. I don't know. They're probably in some kind of multi-level marketing thing. I don't know. You understand? A shielded heart. A shielded heart. Open your heart. Open your heart and realize everything is for you. Love everything that wants to love you. Be in that space. I have that app, Nextdoor. Is this resonating with you at all? Because they're telling me I have just a few more minutes. So anyway, I have that Nextdoor app, and I love it. I love to hear about they're looking for the pet, or you can get this guy to take you to the airport, and and somebody's selling encyclopedias at the door. I don't think they do that anymore. But anyway, they're selling magazines or something. Anyway, it's just a great app. But a person wrote on there and sent a picture of just a frog. How many of you have ever seen a frog? How many of you have ever been eaten by a frog? You ever had a frog fall on your head and not let go? Right? So there's this big picture of this frog. Have you seen this kind of frog? Are we okay? Is it invasive? What kind of frog is it? And so I lovingly write back with my comment just to say, in Florida, we have frogs, we have lizards. We have them. Please don't interrupt the circle of life. Don't bother them. They won't bother you. Please leave them away. It is us humans that are invasive, not them. It's us as humans that are invasive, not them. We must realize and teach people in our teaching, which was one of the greatest loves of the Fillmores, was nature. They loved all of nature. And at Unity Village, it shows. But we must get back to loving all the things that the Creator has that's for us. Not against us, but for us, our well-being, and for us to experience this great joy. We teach meditation here and prayer. To clear it, there's no wrong way you can ever do it. Your intention makes it so. And we go all into these, there's courses that if you do it right, then these things happen. Prayer and meditation never changes creation. Who does it change? It changes you. Prayer calms you. Prayer opens you. Meditation is your experience. There's no wrong way to do it. That's back at that old paradigm of the little boy asking God to bring the broom off the porch. It's about your evolution. It's about your finding this space that allows you to be open, to be resurrected, and to not sabotage your goodness and what requires you to have your heart open. It could be walking to amazing music, but you allow the in me to occur in your life. Otherwise, it's just great, blah, blah, blah. If you don't show it, then what's the point? What's it for? It's to live and move and have your being in that universal presence. And so it becomes in you. And you pray to change your mind. You're not changing God's mind because God is a principle. You're changing you so you can receive it. It's like wanting to listen to the oldies but goodies, but being on the classical radio station. Won't happen. It's tuning you in, you see, so that God can be experienced as you. You come to a place that you don't need to separate anymore. Stop separating. We've started to separate again. Are you wearing a mask? Are you not wearing a mask? Have you been vaccinated? You're not wearing a mask. Are you gay? Are you straight? Are you black? Are you red? Are you white? Separation. Can we not just be all who we are? Are we being invasive? Are we being invasive? What is happening is we went to sleep just a little bit. It's okay. I don't mean that judging. I mean, I was there with you. We all went to sleep. It's like, do not leave your house. Do not smile. Do not go to the mailbox unless you are a witness that nobody else is out there. Do not open your Amazon box with anything that you plan on reusing again. You know, we didn't know. And I am not making light of COVID at all, please. I am not making light of COVID. But I am urging you to get back to the basics of your life in your humanity, that fear is not the answer with producing and magnifying the Lord and the law that we believe in. Please stop separating and contributing to the separation. Can't you see it happening around you? Shift it. Speak about it. Talk about it. Open up about it. Heal the divide. Heal the divide. Whatever you choose to do that makes you better, good for you. Please allow me to do the same. Whatever that frog needs to do, please allow them to do the same. Please allow life to guide you on your direction of your path and letting you do the same. There's a woman that was traveling, and she kept seeing every morning as she was walking down to the market, she would see the yogi sitting there in meditation. And one afternoon, she interrupted the yogi and said, Is this all you do? He said, what do you mean? She goes, just sitting around. And he said, well, I believe that there are many lifetimes. And in this particular lifetime, all I'm going to do is sit this one out. Right? I'm asking you not to do that. I'm asking you to know that life doesn't work that way. You can't sit it out. You have to show up. You have to be willing to stand for us, for unity, for the message, for what we have. You want more people here? Your job. Invite them. You want more to happen in your life? Bring it on. We can take it. You want more love in your life? Look at your face. Are you putting out the love, Bob, or are you going like that? You know what I'm saying? You want it? You bring it on. And I'm saying the same to me. I'm not talking down to you. I'm saying the same to myself. What you're saying you want, are you bringing it? Do you have it? Are you sharing it? Are you willing to take a risk? Are you willing to be out there on the edge? Because this is the reason that we were reincarnated this time, my friends, is for this experience that we are having, to create this resurrection, to put unity on the map. Lord knows it's long overdue. It's time. Don't sit it out. Be in your power. God bless you. Thank you. Going to the coffee shop per week per family is at least $72 to $85 a week. Therapy is $100 to $250 per week or per appointment. Dinner out is $65 to $110, and that doesn't even include the alcohol. Theater for entertainment, 2 people, $80 to $132, and that does not include the cost of dinner before. First Unity, a place, a beacon, a lighthouse, the heart of this city and the heart of this nation and of this country and of this world, teaching people to awaken and live their empowered and amazing selves. First Unity, that gives you food, spiritual food, that can transform you from the place you are to the place you long to be. First Unity, the teachings and the tools that allow you to let go of addictions and habits and things that are in your way so you may be free, so you may fly, so you may live boldly and brave and loving right from the core of your heart. What is the value that you place upon such a place?
Aren't you glad you came today? Yes, I love that. I'm glad there's so many people in the house. I love seeing you. Actually, it's funny because Reverend Temple, we've touched a lot today. We talked about how we still produced quality broadcasting that you could enjoy while you were in lockdown. That's what I called it, lockdown. But we thank you very much for being in the house today. And you know what? I'm going to encourage you as a pastor, when the speaker on the platform completes, don't get up and rush home to your pot roast. Because you know what? There may be a nugget that the universe needs to download to you, but if you run out of the house really quick, that you're going to miss. And I love the Reverend Temple touch today on those no right or wrong for meditation, because that's a question that a lot of people talk. They say, well, I don't have a prayer language, or I don't know how to meditate. There's not a right or a wrong. I mean, you don't have to be a 7-foot tall, beautiful woman up here leading meditation like Reverend Kimberly. But you do it at your pace. You do it with your prayer language. You do it with your meditation. And that's also what we teach about giving. We are not teaching you on an amount to give. We're teaching you to do it. That's part of meditation, that's part of prayer, and that's part of your spiritual journey, is to give. So I encourage you, as the ushers bless us by passing the plate in front of you, do that. Step out in faith and give like you've never given before. You've been locked down for about 15 months. And you probably saved a lot of money from Starbucks, the coffee shop, the donut shop. So maybe today is the day that you go, maybe, you know what, I have been fed continually for the last 15 months from home. Maybe today I need to step up the chase and make a little bit of a sacrificial gift. Maybe today that will be the day that I'll add a little bit extra to what I normally give. There's not a right or wrong, just do what the Spirit of God tells you to do. And we love you for following the Spirit of God. Thank you. Oh, I forgot. We've been gone so long. We're going to do the abundance prayer. And if you will read along with me, the abundance of God is my infinite source. I now open my mind and my heart to give and receive all God's good, all God's prosperity, all God's abundance. As God as my source, all things are possible, and so it is.
forget you ever sang. Sing it anyway. Yeah, sing it anyway. I sing, I dream, I
such fun-loving energy. I want to bite of that, don't you? I know it tastes fabulous. We have some amazing announcements for you today. We have our classes back up and running, just as Reverend Temple said. We are open here on this campus. So Tuesday night at 7:15, live in person right here on the campus, our own Dr. Debbie Roche will be here teaching leaky gut, leaky brain. Isn't that intriguing? Doesn't that make you want to come and see just what that's about? I know you do. So be here at 7:15 on Tuesday. And then every Tuesday at 11 a.m., right out at our own labyrinth, we have an improvisation experience going on. So you want to join that. It starts this Tuesday and every Tuesday at 11 a.m. So join us if you are available during that time, because you're going to experience chanting, visioning, and all kinds of fun right out at our labyrinth. Reverend Richard Boggs is offering our new membership class, Discovery, June the 5th, in person at 10 a.m. in room 300, the Hornaday Annex. So you want to be here for that. So all those people that stood up and said you're new and got your mala, here's your chance to see what we are all about here at First Unity Spiritual Campus. And then our noon and 7 p.m. Oh, I almost messed up. Our meditation on Wednesday is now in person, noon and 7 p.m. right here in the sanctuary. So, and like you have heard today, there is no right and no wrong. So join us for meditation at either noon or 7 p.m. We would love to have you join us. And then we have a wonderful experience coming up. Our own Reverend Dr. Temple Hayes is celebrating 30 years in ministry. And so here at First Unity Spiritual Campus, in our mission statement, it says that we pave our spiritual path. So we empower you to pave your spiritual path. Well, we have a virtual 3K race, fun run, walk, visualization run, if you want to do it that way in meditation, that you get to pave your own path. You can choose to do this right here on the campus, in the labyrinth. You can do it at the beach. You can do it at the park. Do it anywhere you want. But when you sign up to do this virtual run, you're going to get this beautiful bag that has Reverend Temple's quote on it. And you're also going to get this lovely, wonderful, beautiful t-shirt that was created and made by our own Cynthia, Wings by the Sea, who danced for you today. So you can get them right out there at the box office right after service. Get your bag and your t-shirt, and then it becomes a backpack. So register for the 3K virtual walk run that you really don't have to do if you don't want to, because it's virtual. But you still get the bag and the t-shirt. Isn't that great? And then July the 11th, we will have our Sunday celebration service celebrating Reverend Dr. Temple Hayes and her 30 years in ministry. And you know, Reverend Temple said, I don't want y'all making all that fuss about me. But if you'll make it a fundraiser for First Unity, I will allow you to do that. So if you go to our website and go to the page that is Temple-Anniversary, firstunity.org/Temple-Anniversary, there's a place there where you get to put your own message to Reverend Dr. Temple Hayes. It can be a congratulations, it can be a love note, it can be whatever you would like to say to Reverend Dr. Temple for her 30th anniversary. And there's also a place where our fundraiser is, where you can donate $30, $300, $3,000 or more for the 30th anniversary celebration. So please go to our website, download our app, and see all the wonderful goodness we have going on here at First Unity Spiritual Campus.
We
We are being called as a staff and our leadership team to hold a prayer time after immediately following this service. So if you would like to stay, you're welcome to stay as everyone is exiting, and we are going to have just a few minutes of prayer. So, and now, let us say our unity prayer. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love. The power of God protects us. I am the power. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. For God is amazing. All the time. And all the time. God is amazing. God bless you, everyone. Thank you for coming.